So students, let's start with the displacement time graph. Okay, one by one we will start the displacement time graph. This is my displacement time graph. Let me explain you about this simulation a bit. This is the object. This is the man we are talking about, the object. Okay, so this is the object and this is the position. So where he is right now, he is at 0 meters. So see, you'll find this pointer. This pointer is pointing the position of it. Okay, so this man is at 0 meters. Then this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is taken as positive and the opposite is taken as negative. See, this is -2, -4, -6, -8, -10. Okay, now where is the object right now? So the object is at rest. But where it is at rest? It is at the initial position. Okay, so what I will do, I will change its position and I will make him stand at 5. So see now, where the object is standing? The object is standing at a distance of 5 meters from its initial position. 0 meter is its initial position and the object is standing at a distance of 5 meters from its initial position. This is our displacement versus time graph. Okay, this is our displacement versus time graph. So if you check the graph carefully, this is my x-axis, the time axis. This is my y-axis, the displacement. Okay, chalo. So now let me start the timer and see the object is at rest at a distance of 5 meters from the initial position. So the object is already at rest at a distance of 5 meters from the initial position and I start the timer. See how the line will be. Look at this line. Look at this line. How it is? So you find it, I pause it. Okay, so you find it that when the object is at rest, then it is a straight line parallel to x-axis. Exactly. It's a straight line parallel to x-axis when the object is at rest. So this person, he is standing at rest and we observe, we have just played the graph and we have seen the motion that when the object is at rest, it's a straight line parallel to x-axis. And at what distance he's at rest? So you will find he is at rest at 5 meters from the initial position. How long he is at rest? So look at the time axis, you will come to know approximately for 9.6 seconds the object is at rest. Now assume the object is at rest at the initial position. So I bring him back to the initial position. Now if I start it, how the graph will be? See how we are getting the graph. So we are getting a graph, a straight line on the x-axis itself. So what does this represent? A straight line on the axis. It indicates that the object is at rest and it is at the initial position. Clear? If I place the object at rest at a distance of, assume 8 meters. So he's at rest at the distance of 8 meters. I start and you will find a straight line parallel to x-axis from 8 meters. Clear? So this is the nature of the graph. The first graph what we have studied, the graph was something like this. Now we will start with, we will bring the object back to the initial position. Okay. We'll bring the object back to the initial position. And now what we will do, we will make the object move. Okay. So let's assume that the object is moving with a uniform velocity. What the object is doing? It's moving with a uniform velocity. Okay. So yes, beta Om. It means that the object is at rest. Now, the object will move. I have given it right now. Where is the object? At the initial position. Okay. And now, see, I will play and the object will move. The object is moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second. See how the graph will be now. See, the object is moving. Yes, the object is moving and the object is moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second. And see, you will find how we are getting it. We are getting a straight line inclined to x-axis. So this is what we can obtain when the object is moving with a uniform velocity. What we obtain? We obtain a straight line parallel to, a straight line inclined to x-axis. So this type of line on a displacement time graph indicates that the object is moving with uniform velocity. You want to find out the magnitude of uniform velocity? You do one thing, you just find the slope of this line. And the slope of this line will give you the magnitude of uniform velocity. Now remember this slope beta. This is the line when the object is moving with the velocity of 1 meter per second. This is where the object is moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second. Now what I will do, I will make it move with the velocity of 2 meter per second. Okay, so I bring the object back to the initial position. Okay, and we will make the object move with the velocity of 2 meter per second. With the velocity of 2 meter per second. Okay, now see the difference in the slope. Okay, see the difference in the slope. Okay, wait a minute, I will clear it. Okay, let me bring the object at 0. Now see. I'm making the object move with the velocity of 2 meter per second. See. What we observe? Do you find a difference in the slope? Yes. In the previous case, the slope was less steeper. Now, in this case, the slope is more steeper. In the previous case, you find the line was something like this. In the previous case, you observe your line was going something like this, right? Now, how you find your line? Your line is more steeper. Why? Because the velocity is more. So since the velocity is more, the steepness of the line is also more. Okay, class. So you can easily figure out with respect to the steepness as well. Let me bring the object back to the initial position. Okay, and I clear it. And now I will make the object move with the velocity of 4 meter per second. Okay. Now see what happens to the steepness of the line. It will always find a straight line inclined to x-axis. But look at the steepness of the line now. Isn't it? What you observe? You observe that it is more steeper now. What we observe? We observe that this line is now more steeper. Exactly. So that's what we have discussed, that more is the steepness of the line, more is the velocity of the object. And it's very simple to find the velocity. What you have to do? You have to just ensure to find the slope of the line. Clear? Now again, the object is at initial position. I clear it. And now the object is moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second. Okay, now see how it looks like. Now the object is moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second. So this is how we get the line. The object is moving with a velocity of 1 meter per second. Okay, so he's moving, and he stops there. Clear? Now what I will do? Now I will make the object move towards the initial position. Now the object will come towards the initial position. Okay, so what I have to do? I will just, but he will come towards the initial position with a faster velocity. Okay, so have you seen the direction? Look at the direction. The direction of the moving man has changed. And now see how it will be when the object is coming towards the initial position. See how it is. It is something like this. Okay, so this indicates that this type of motion, we had already discussed this beta, but I'm just showing you with the help of the simulation that this type of motion indicates that the object is coming towards the initial position. And if you find the slope of this line, the slope of this line will be minus. The slope of this line will be negative. What does the negative line of the slope indicates? The negative line of the slope indicates that the object is coming towards the initial position, or the object is in the opposite direction. I hope you are getting it, class. This is just the revision. We had already discussed this. Okay, now I want to show you the last case where the object is moving with a variable velocity. Okay, so the object is moving with a variable velocity. Okay, now see how the graph is when the object is moving with a variable velocity. Now I start the motion and see how the motion will be when the object is moving with a variable velocity. See. And look at the motion. See how the object is speeding up. See. Yes or no? And how we get a graph? So we find that it's no more a straight line, but it is a curved line. Exactly. Why it is? What does the curved line indicates? The curved line indicates that the object is moving with a variable velocity. The object is no more moving with a uniform velocity, but it's moving with a variable velocity. Let me show you again. Okay, so let me show you again that the object is moving with a variable velocity. See, look at the motion. You will find that initially the object will move slowly, and then gradually the object will speed up. See, it's slow and then speeding up, moving more faster. Exactly. So how we get a line? So we get a curved line. Clear, class? I hope your idea is very clear now. We have seen what does a straight line indicates, then a curved line, then multiple velocities and different slopes of the line. Okay. Now we'll start our discussion with a new graph. Okay. Now the next topic, what we are going to discuss today is our velocity versus time graph. Okay. So all of you gear up with your graph papers and notebooks. We are starting with velocity versus time graph. Okay. So write down we are going to do the same thing now in velocity versus time graph as well. We are going to discuss the different cases. So we start with the first case. Write down case 1. Object moving with a uniform velocity of 5 meters per second. So this is our first case of discussion. What is that? That the object is moving with a uniform velocity of 5 meters per second. Please write down the case. The object is moving with a uniform velocity of 5 meters per second. Now, after writing the case, we will talk about the coordinates. Let's talk about the coordinates. Let's talk about the case. Okay. So on x-axis, I will be taking time. On y-axis, I will be taking velocity in meter per second. Now my recording will be for 5 seconds. Okay. We will talk about 5 seconds. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now the object is moving. Understand what's our case? The object is moving with a uniform velocity of 5 meters per second. So the object is already moving with a uniform velocity. So when we started, the object is already having the velocity of 5 meters per second. Now, in the chat, say me what will be the velocity of the object after 1 second. What will the velocity of the object after 1 second? Type in the chat box. The object is moving with a uniform velocity of 5 meters per second. So say beta. Okay, very good. That's why I'm asking you. Okay. Now, yes, some of them are giving me the answer as 10 and some of them are giving me the answer as 5. Now my question to those who are saying the velocity will be 10. Now what is the meaning of the word uniform velocity? Uniform velocity means constant velocity. The velocity will not change. Yes or no? When we say uniform velocity, when the velocity of that moving object remains same. So here the object is moving with a uniform velocity of 5 meters per second. So after 1 second, will the velocity become 10? And if it becomes 10, so do you think it is a uniform velocity then? Think of it, class. Those who have given me the wrong answer, I want all of you to think. Those who are getting the answer as 10, my question is to all of you. If the velocity becomes 5 to 10, is it uniform? No, it is increasing. 5 has become 10. Yes or no? So is it a uniform velocity? No, it is not a uniform velocity. Okay. So after 1 second, what will be the velocity? Obviously, the velocity is not changing. So after 1 second, the velocity will still be 5 only now. And after 2 seconds, so after 2 seconds, the velocity will still be 5 because the velocity is constant. The velocity is uniform. So after 5 seconds, after 2 seconds, it still be 5 because the object is already in motion with a velocity of 5 meters per second. After 3 seconds, it's still going to be 5. After 4 seconds, 5. After 5 seconds, 5. Yes, because the object is moving. Understand? Those who have given the answer as 10, you are assuming displacement. I'm not talking about displacement. I'm talking about velocity now. We have moved with our topic. Now we are not talking about displacement time graph class. Now we are talking about velocity time graph. Okay, so according to the velocity time graph, you will come to know that the velocity will remain same. After 1 second it is 5, after 2 seconds still be 5. Clear, class? All of you clear with this? Don't think of displacement now, think of velocity. What happens to the velocity? Is it constant? Yes. So after every time interval, the velocity will still be the same. Okay, now let's plot the coordinates. Let's plot the points of these coordinates. So what are my 6 coordinates? 0, 5, first, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, and 5, 5. Quickly plot the points. Chalo. On the graph, quickly draw the points. So how you get it? So you will find this is your velocity versus time graph. On the y-axis, your velocity is there in meter per second. On x-axis, you have time. Okay. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now we get a line like this, isn't it? What we get? We get a straight line parallel to x-axis. Exactly. So how is the nature of the line? So you will find it is a straight line, nature of line. So we find straight line parallel to x-axis. So a straight line parallel to x-axis. What does it represent? It represents uniform velocity. Yes or no? What does it represent? It represents uniform velocity because it is a straight line parallel to x-axis. Let me say you one thing. When we studied the displacement time graph class, you remember when we studied the displacement time graph, in displacement time graph, we were getting a straight line parallel to x-axis as well. But what was that representing? That was representing that the object is at rest. And this line is representing that the object is moving with uniform velocity. What's the velocity? 5 meters per second. So what's the velocity of this moving object? 5 meters per second. Assume if the object is moving with a uniform velocity of 3 meters per second. So how we will get a line? So we will get a line like this on 3. Yes or no? If it is moving with a velocity of 1 meter, then we'll get a straight line like this. Okay. But if the object is at rest, then you will find a straight line on the x-axis. A straight line on the x-axis will indicate that the object is at rest. Okay. But if you find a straight line parallel to x-axis at 4, like this, then what does that indicate? That indicate that the object is moving with a uniform velocity. And what's the velocity? 4. So you look at the y coordinates to find out the magnitude of the velocity. Ruchir, what you are saying, sir? Can you show the nature one? Nature. Yes, I will show you that. Okay. Done. So this is what you need to understand, that the nature of the line is a straight line parallel to x-axis. And what does that indicate? That indicates that the object is moving with uniform velocity. Just a reminder that the same line on a displacement time graph indicates the object is moving with, sorry, the object is at rest. But here it is on a displacement time graph, it is object at rest. In velocity time graph, it is object moving with uniform velocity. You should know the differences. Now, the question to all of you, quickly answer this question. If the object is moving, if the object is moving with a uniform velocity of 5 meter per second, just say me the object is moving with a uniform velocity of 5 meter per second. How long the object is moving? So you will find the object is moving with this velocity for 5 seconds. Now, on the graph, if you check it, you'll come to know the object is moving with this velocity for 5 seconds. Yes. So say me how much is the distance covered by the object. If the object is moving with a uniform velocity of 5 meter per second for 5 seconds, how much will be the distance covered? Very good, Ruchir, Avni, Priyanka, please. Ha, Soumya, very good, beta. Krish, very good. Aditya, brilliant answer, Aditya. Okay. Priyanka, the object is moving with a velocity of 5 meter per second for 5 seconds, Priyanka. So how much will be the distance covered by that object? Use the formula, speed is equal to distance upon time. What about others? I'm saying if the object is moving with a uniform velocity of 5 meter per second for 5 seconds, how much is the distance covered by that object? Very good, Ryansh. Nirmit, hey Baba, इतना horrible answer मत दे रे Baba. Om, right answer beta. Mahesh, right answer. Nirmit, if the object is moving with a velocity, thank you very much. I was so surprised that how you can give such a horrible answer. No, beta, Mohnish, if the object is moving with a velocity of 5 meter per second for 5 seconds, how much will be the distance covered by that object? So he will cover, in 1 second he is covering 5 meters. So in 5 seconds he will cover 25 meters. Yes or no? Priyanka, please be very careful before typing, Baba. So how much is the distance covered by that object? So you will find the distance covered by that object will be 25 meters. Yes or no? So you can easily find out because you know the object is moving with uniform velocity. So how much is the velocity? 5. And how much is the time? 5 seconds. So speed is equal to distance upon time. So distance is equal to speed into time. So speed is how much? 5. How much is time? 5. 5 5 is 25. Okay. So how much is the distance covered? 25 meters. Yes. Very good. Now look at this chart. Look at this chart, class, and find out how much is the area under the line of a velocity time graph. I want you to calculate this line. I want all of you to calculate this area. Please calculate this area. Wait. I want all of you to calculate this area. How much is this area? Calculate how much is this area. Which shape it is, and accordingly use the formula and find out. Very good, Soumya. Yes, Avni, Nidhi, Ruchir, brilliant answers. I want all of you to respond the same way, very quickly. Krish, please do it properly. Piyush, area पूछा beta मैंने उसका, देखो जरा. Very good, Piyush. Yes, beta Aditya. Yes. So how much is the area under the line? So you will find the area under that line is coming out to be 25. Yes or no? How much is the area? 25, because the width is, if you look at it, it's a rectangle with the width as 5 and the height as 5. So 5 5 is 25. So how much is the area under the line? So the area under the line is 25. Okay. So how much is the distance covered by the object? So you will find the distance covered by the object is 25 meters. Yes or no? See, distance covered by the object is 25 meters and area under the line is 25. Yes or no? So you find there is a yes, Avni, that's correct. So what we can conclude from this? We can conclude, write down a very important conclusion. Please write down all these facts and figures. Beta. This is a very important conclusion. Okay, we observe that the distance covered by the object is also 25 and the area under the line is also 25. Okay, so what can we conclude? So we conclude that the area under the line of a velocity versus time graph gives us the distance, or you can also say it gives us the displacement of the object because it's motion in one dimension. Clear? So what does the area under the line? Write down the area under the line. The area under the line of a velocity versus time graph gives us the distance, or we can say displacement. Yes, beta, because the object is moving away now. The object is moving away from the initial position. So the displacement is positive. Okay. So the area under the line of a velocity versus time graph gives us the distance or displacement. Clear, class? I hope you are getting it very clearly now, beta, that what is the important conclusion. Okay, so you can easily find out the area under the line, and the area under the line will give us the magnitude of displacement. Chalo. So this is the first case. Remember this very important case. Chalo. Now we will start our discussion. I hope you have copied it. We start with the second case now. Have you copied it, beta? Okay, chalo. Now write down case 2. Write down case 2. The object is uniformly accelerating with 2 meter per with 2 meter per second square starting from rest. This is our case. What's the case? The case is that the object is uniformly accelerating. Now, is the object moving? Yes, beta Vidula. On the new graph, you have to draw this. Okay. So, the case 2 should be on the new graph. It says that the object is uniformly accelerating. Now, understand, it is uniformly accelerating. So, here there is an acceleration in the motion. And what is the magnitude of acceleration? 2 meter per second square. But the object is starting from rest and then it is accelerating. And how long is going to accelerate? Is going to accelerate for 5 seconds. Okay. So this is our case 2. So let's understand the velocity time graph of this. Now at 0 seconds, the object is at rest because we have mentioned the object is at rest. But can you say me what will be the velocity after 1 second? What will be the velocity? All of you please reply. What will be the velocity after 1 second? Very good, Avni, Soumya. What about only 2 of them have replied out of around 35 students? Very good, Om. Yes, Nishant. Very good. What about others? Yes, Ruchir. Brilliant answer, Ruchir. Come on, quickly, others. Give me the answer. I'm asking what will be the velocity after 1 second? What will be the velocity of that object after 1 second? When the object is uniformly accelerating with 2 meter per second square. It means that when the object is accelerating, uniformly accelerating with 2 meter per second square, it means that the velocity of the object will increase by 2 meter per second for every 1 second. So after 1 second, the velocity will be 2. How much will be the velocity after 1 second? 2, because the velocity of this object is increasing with the velocity with the 2 meter per second square for every 1 second. So what will the velocity after 2 seconds? The velocity after 2 seconds will be, yes, 4, because the velocity is increasing now. Understand, we have already discussed beta. What is acceleration? Acceleration is rate of change of velocity. When the velocity increases with time, we call it as acceleration. So here the object is accelerating, means the velocity of that object is increasing. So what's the velocity? After 3 seconds, the velocity will become 6, because in every 1 second, the velocity is increasing by 2 meter per second. So after 4 seconds, the velocity will be 8, and after 5 seconds, the velocity will be 10. Clear? So we are going to discuss only till 5 seconds. Okay. Now quickly look at the coordinates. We have to plot these coordinates 0, 0, 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 3, 6, 4, 8, and 5, 10. Quickly plot these coordinates. Okay. And let's see how the nature of the graph will be. See how the nature of the graph will be. Very good. Do it better. Very good, Om. Brilliant answer, bacha. Om, do one more thing then. Find out the distance covered by the object during this motion. Find out. No, Om. Acha, acha. Soham has given. Soham, which shape it is? Is it a rectangle, Soham? Look at the nature of the. No, no. Chalo, first draw it. First draw it. You have to find the area under the line. Okay, first of all of you draw it. I'm giving you 1 minute to draw the diagram. Then we will discuss on it. Okay, chalo. So how we get it? So we find that it is a straight line inclined to x-axis, isn't it? Now remember, this is a straight line inclined to x-axis. What does this line represent? This line represents that the object. What does this line represent, beta? Sorry. What does this line represent? This line represents that the object is moving with uniform acceleration. What does this line represent? What does this represent? It represents that the object is moving with uniform acceleration. Remember, what was this line in the, okay, this is a question, all of you, please answer this question. What was this line representing in a displacement time graph? What was that line representing in a displacement time graph? Very good, Mahesh. What was this line representing, class? Very good, Avni. Very good, Ruchir. Om. On the displacement time graph, beta, what was this line representing? Very good, Krish. But there are handful of students who are responding. Yeah, rest all of them, I think they all have gone to sleep. सब सोने चले गए. What was this line represent? ऐसी एक line मिली थी ना हमको velocity displacement time graph की ना. What was that line representing? Do you know? That line was representing uniform velocity. What was that line representing? Uniform velocity on displacement time graph. But the same line on a velocity time graph represents uniform acceleration. Yes, try to understand the difference. This is velocity time graph, so it is representing uniform acceleration. Okay, now how much is the distance covered? So if you want to find out how much is the distance covered, it's very simple. What you have to do, you have to find the area under this line. So I have to find the area under this line. So this is the line. Okay, this is the area which I have shaded. Okay, this is the area. Now which shape it is? Say me which shape it is. Which shape it is? Yes, Rishi. Which shape it is? It's a triangle. What's the formula of triangle? The formula for triangle is half into base into height. How much is the base? The base is 5. How much is the height? So height is 10. Exactly. So what will be the answer? So 2 ones are 2, 2 fives are 10. 5 fives are 25. So how much is the distance covered by this object? The distance covered by this object is 25 meters. Understand? You have to be very clear. You have to identify the shape. Which shape it is? It is a triangle. And the formula for triangle is half into base into height. So base is 5, height is 10. So it is a, how much is the distance covered by the object? The distance covered by the object during this motion is 25 meters. What you have to do? You have to find out the area under the line. Okay. Now the second thing. All of you class, quickly do it. Please say me what is the slope of this line. What's the slope of this line? Slope, slope, slope. You remember slope? Very good, Nishan. Don't write the unit. I just say the answer. I want the unit. I don't want the unit. I want the value. Very good. What is the slope of the line? Brilliant. Yes. Okay. Yes. All of you. What's the slope of this line? So you will find the slope of the line is 2. What's the slope of the line? 2. Okay. And look at our table here. What we have mentioned? What we have mentioned here? We have mentioned that the object is moving. The object is moving with the uniformly accelerating with 2 meters per second, starting from rest. Okay, so what is the nature of the line first of all? Nature of line. The nature of the line is straight line inclined to x-axis. What we find? A straight line inclined to x-axis. Okay. Then area under the line. Area under the line represents distance covered. Okay. And what is the slope of the line? The slope of the line is 2. Okay. Do you find any resemblance? Can you have some relation between the slope of the line and the magnitude of acceleration? Beta, do you find any relation between the slope of the line and the acceleration? Yes, very good. Yes, beta, Avni. The slope of the line is equal to acceleration. Very good, Tanushri. They are same. So write down the third important conclusion. Write down. This is our third and a very important conclusion. And what is that? The slope of velocity versus time graph gives us the magnitude of acceleration. What the slope of the velocity versus time graph gives us? The velocity, yes, the slope is positive, and that's why the acceleration is also positive. Very good, beta Om. As the slope is positive, the acceleration is also positive. So what is the another important conclusion we can draw? The important conclusion we can draw is that the slope of velocity versus time graph gives us the magnitude of acceleration, and the area under the line of a velocity time graph gives us the distance covered. Okay, so remember, we are having two things to conclude from. Okay, so no, beta, no, I was not saying anything. So remember, we have two important conclusions. The slope gives us acceleration, and the area under the line gives us distance covered. Clear, class? Okay. Now, the third case. Have you drawn this graph? Okay. So we have done the second case, that the object is uniformly accelerating. Okay. Now we will start with the next one. Chalo. Now write down the case 3. Okay. But before case 3, I just want to say one thing. All of you, thank you very much, beta. Oh, thank you very much. Okay. Now look at it. This is a slope. And what is the slope of this line? 2. Means the acceleration is 2. But assume, class, if you get a line like this, a one line like this, what does this line indicate? Tell me the nature of the motion. Which type of motion it is? The red one which I have drawn. Can you say me, beta, which type of motion it is? All of you? ना हाँ अवनी, यू आर राइट. ओम, अरे बेटा ये वाला कौन सा मोशन है? ओम, ये वाला कौन सा मोशन है बेटा? दिस इज यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेशन ना, तो ये क्या होगा? वो भी तो यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेशन होगा. Yes or no? So whenever we get a straight line inclined to x-axis, what does this indicate? It indicates uniform acceleration. Okay. Now out of these three lines, which line is more steeper? Assume this is line A, this is line A, this is line B, and this is line C. Which line is more steeper? Very good. Which line is more steeper? C is more steeper. So can you say me, class, which line is having maximum acceleration? Which line is having maximum acceleration? Very good. C is having maximum acceleration. Okay. It is same as displacement time graph. More was the velocity, more was the steepness. Here also, if more is the steepness of the line, we can say more is the acceleration of that object. Clear, class? If more is the acceleration of that object, you will find the line will be more steeper. And a straight line inclined to x-axis indicates that the object is moving with uniform acceleration. Remember, so it has the same relation. Okay. Chalo, now let's start with the next case. Case 3. Write down. Case 3. Object is uniformly retarding with a magnitude of 4 meter per second square, having initial velocity of 20 meter per second. Okay, so what is happening in this case now? So you will find that in this case the object is uniformly retarding. In the earlier case it was uniformly accelerating. Now it is uniformly retarding with a velocity of, what is the magnitude of retardation? 4 meter per second square. Okay, but obviously if the object is retarding, means it is already having some velocity. So what's the initial velocity of the object? So the initial velocity of the object is 20 meter per second. Yes, beta, oh, it's a uniform retardation. So let's put on this in our coordinates. Okay, chalo. So let's put this in our table. So when we started, what was the velocity of the object? What was the velocity of the object? Come on, type quickly. What is the velocity when we started the motion? Yes. How much is the velocity? 20 meter per second. But the object is uniformly retarding. And what is the magnitude of retardation? 4 meter per second square. What does it mean? It means that the velocity of the object is going to decrease at a rate of 4 meter per second. Okay, so can you say me what will be the velocity after 1 second? Very good, Aditya. Rishi, brilliant answer. No, beta, ohm. It is retardation, na beta. Ohm. It is retardation, and when it is a retardation, the velocity will decrease with time. And what is the magnitude of retardation? 4. So say me, what will be the velocity after 1 second? Yes, beta. Aditya, Moni, Swam, Mahesh, Om, Soham, all of you are giving right answer. Means you are getting it. All of you are getting it brilliantly. So happy I am. Okay. So what will be the velocity after 1 second? The velocity after 1 second will be 16. Because it is not increasing now, it is decreasing. What will be the velocity after 2 seconds? Very good. 12. What will be the velocity after 3 seconds? Very good. 8. After 4 seconds? 4. And after 5 seconds? After 5 seconds, the object will come to rest. So it will be 0. Clear? So chalo, quickly plot the points. Quickly plot the points. 0, 20, 1, 16. So on x-axis take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On y-axis take 2, 4, 6, 8. In that way you can take it and then plot these coordinates. Yes, beta, very good. After 5 seconds, the object comes to rest because the object is retarding. Na? So when the object retards, its velocity will decrease and gradually a time will come where its velocity will become 0. So after 5 seconds, the object comes to rest. Very good. Oh, chalo, let's plot the coordinates. Isn't your graph looking like this? Chalo. Your graph looks something like this. Now, I want all of you to calculate the distance covered during this retardation. During this retardation, how much is the distance covered? Come on, class, say me. How much is the distance covered during this retardation? What you will do? You want to find the distance. What you will do? You will find the area under the line. What you will do? You will find the area under the line. Please do the calculation properly, bachcha log. Krish, थोड़ा ठीक से कर बेटा calculation. Okay. If you want to find the area under, if you want to find the distance covered, we know distance covered is equal to the area under the line. Distance covered is equal to the area under the line. Now, how much is the area under the line? For that, we need to understand the shape of it. Which shape it is? Okay, so if you check the shape of it, you will come to know that my shape is a triangle. See which shape it is. So you find that the shape is a triangle. Isn't it a triangle? Yes. So it's a triangle. So what's the formula for triangle? So the formula for triangle is half into base into height. So half into base. How much is the base? Base is 5. How much is the height? Height is 20. So how much will be the answer? The answer comes out to be 50. Very good. What's the answer? The answer comes out to be 50. Because 2 ones are and 2 fives are 2 tens are 20. So 10 fives are 50. So how much is the distance covered? The distance covered is 50 meters. Now say me quickly, all of you, say me the slope. Find out the slope. No Aditya, find the slope properly. No Avni, find the slope properly. No Ruchi, please do it properly. You are taking a chance. Don't take the chance. Yes, Nishant has given the right answer. No beta, Soumya, do it properly beta. नो मेरा बेटा स्वयं आई थिंक टाइपिंग एरर हो गया तुमसे. नहीं बेटा आदित्य, ठीक से निकालो, ठीक से स्लोप फाइंड करो. यस अवनी, अब सही आंसर आया तुम्हारा. स्वयं योर आंसर इज स्टिल रॉन्ग. आई एम आस्किंग यू टू फाइंड द slope of this line. What you can do, you can take one point as x1 y1, other point as x2 y2 and find the slope. Avni is right. Sejal, your answer is still going wrong. कुछ mistake कर रहे हो बेटा. Very good, Krish. Yes. If you do it properly, you will find the slope is not 4. The slope is -4. What's the slope of this line? The slope of this line is not 4, bacha log. The slope of this line is -4. Now, what is the magnitude of acceleration? The magnitude of, sorry, what is the magnitude of retardation? The magnitude of retardation is 4. But my slope is coming minus. So what does the negative slope? Negative slope. Can you say me what does the negative slope indicates here? So you will find the negative slope indicates that the object is retarding. What does that indicate? The object is retarding. Okay, so the negative sign indicates retardation. Okay, so the slope is -4. Getting it, class? All of you? Is it very clear? Sure. So understand, we can find out the retardation as well by finding the slope, but the answer is negative. So the negative sign of the slope indicates the object is retarded. Okay. Now we will start with our next case. Okay. So write down the next case. Write down the next case, beta. And this is a very interesting case now. Now the case is that the object is uniformly accelerating. The object is uniformly accelerating with a magnitude of 3 meter per second square, but having the initial velocity of 4 meter per second. Chalo, let's do it. Yes, beta, this is case 4. Sorry, please write down it's case 4. Case 4. So what's the case 4? The case 4 is that the object is uniformly accelerating. Now it is not retarding, it is accelerating. And what's the magnitude of acceleration? 3 meter per second square. And it is uniformly retarding, but it is not from rest. It is not from rest, but it is with 4 minutes. Yes, beta, Krish, we can do it within next 2 to 3 minutes, beta. Okay, so having an initial velocity of 4 meter per second. So what's the initial velocity of that object? It is not starting from rest, but it is having a velocity of 4 meter per second. Chalo. So let's do it very quickly. So what's the initial velocity? The initial velocity of the moving object is 4 meter per second. So when I started, the object is already having the velocity of 4 meter per second. Then what the object is doing, it's uniformly accelerating. So can you say me, what's the magnitude of acceleration? 3 meter per second square. What's the magnitude of acceleration? 3 meter per second square. So can you say me, what will be the acceleration after 1 second? Very good. 7. After 2, 10. After 3, 30. After 4, 16. And after 5, 19. Clear? Now we have to plot the points for this. 0, 4, 1, 7, 2, 10, 3, 13, 16 and 19. Okay. Now, no, you are doing wrong, but Avni then. See, this is how the graph will be. The graph is like this. Is your graph going like this? Is this your graph? Then do it properly. Now see, the first is x-axis 0, y-axis 4. Second, x-axis 1, y-axis 7. X-axis 2, y-axis 10. X-axis 3, y-axis 13. X-axis 4, y-axis 16. And then x-axis 5, y-axis 19. So this is how your graph is coming. Chalo, plot this graph. Okay. Now the only thing I am asking you, okay, this is the last topic. Now, the only thing I am asking you, calculate the distance covered. Right now. Distance covered. Now there is a genuine problem with distance covered. Why? Because you will find in distance covered, it is not a triangle. Look at it, the distance. Let's talk about the area under the line. The area under the line is, because we know to find out the distance covered. So the area under the line is, this is the area under the line. Isn't it, class? This is the area under the line. And if you look at it, it is a trapezium. Which shape it is? It's a trapezium. So what we have to do? We have to find out the area of a trapezium. But if you don't know the area of a trapezium, no problem. We will do it in parts. I will draw a straight line like this. Okay. Now this is my figure A, shape A. And this is shape B. Yes. And now I will find out the shape A and shape B and I will add it. Yes or no? Oh, what we will do? We will find shape A. Yes, but I do it quickly and go. Okay, so we are having shape A and shape B. What is the shape A? Shape A is a triangle. What's the formula? Half into base. How much is the base? So the base is 5. But just be very careful with the height. How much is the height? So understand the height is not 19. The height is just 19 minus 4. The height is 15 only, because we are not taking the height of the entire triangle. We are taking height from 4 to 19. That is 15. So how much is this coming out to be? How much is this coming out to be? 37.5. 37.5. Yes, this is coming out to be 37.5. Okay. Plus, now I want to find the area of a triangle, a rectangle. What is that? How much is the base? 5. How much is the height? 4. So 5 fours are 20. So 20 plus 37.5. It is 57.5 meters. How much is the area under the line? The area under the line is 57.5 5 meters. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Please copy this first, beta. First copy this. Okay. Copy this and yes, very good. So understand how I have calculated this area under the line. I have calculated it by finding the triangle A, the shape of the triangle A and the shape of the rectangle B. So you can divide it into parts and you can find out, and the distance traveled is 57.5 meters. This is how the table is. Okay, x-axis 0, y-axis 4, x-axis 1, y-axis 6. This is how the table is. Okay, this is how the table is. 0, 4, 1, 7, 2, 10, 3, 13, 4, 16, and 5, 19. Okay, class? And this is how the graph looks like. Okay.